Hey, it's Emma Romano here, founder of the Thrive and Life Foundation, self-healing coach, and the midwife to your personal alchemy.
I am Kelly Bowen, founder of the Heaven Within Foundation, CEO of Lifestyle Finance Australia, finance expert, life and business coach.
And you are listening to Inspired Conversations,
where we talk about the things that really matter. Yes, we go there.
We share together what's exciting us, inspiring us, and having the most profound impact on our lives and our clients' lives. And we do this to elevate and inspire you.
We cover it all from life, body, love, relationships, trauma healing, addictions, business, money, and all things woo-woo.
So sit back, relax,
and get ready to be inspired and laugh the fuck out loud.
Welcome, you delicious people. This is Emma Romano and the delectable and stunning and amazing
Kelly Bowen, and you are listening to
Inspired Conversations. Ta-da! Right.
God, I missed you when you were away. I had no one to intro. I did it myself.
I love our intros. All right, guys, today's a delicious topic. It's going to blow your mind. You might want to get pen and paper. It's going to be incredible. And it's going to probably upset you and then enlighten you, and you might be a bit pissed off, but then you'll be okay. So we're good, right? Just pre-framing everybody. We're all good.
For those of you that like a bit of thrill, you probably all just sat forward to the edges of your seat.
yeah. Those of you go, yes, I want to change something. So we're talking about relationships today, and your perception of your reality of your relationships that you're in. So first off, let me explain to you something, right? Now, you may know this, you may not, but let me explain it. Sometimes when you hear the same thing, but just a different way, it can kind of land. Our brain, there is a lot of information all at the one time at every given second. Now, this has been scientifically measured over and over and over and over. I know 8 years ago it was measured at 2.4 million different bits are going on every moment, but we can only process 264. I now know those stats are different. I don't know what they are. So I'm going back to the 8 ones. They're bigger now. Apparently we can absorb so much more at any given second. But whatever it is, could you imagine 2.4 million bits are available? Like this is molecules, dust walking around, sounds, visions, sight, talking, ideas, all sorts of things. It's like right now, wherever you're sitting, behind you is something. Now, you deleted the fact that something's behind you until I just said, hey, something's behind you.
And I just blurred my background because I can see my dishes.
I'm sitting in the kitchen. Mind you, this is we are 8:15 on a Saturday morning, right?
This is the second one we've recorded as well.
Yeah. Us bitches got up early for you guys, all right? We got up early for you guys.
That's how much we love you.
Exactly. Oh my God, we do love you. So we love doing this. And we delete a lot of information. I'll give you another example. I love saying this to my clients. You deleted it and completely forgot about the temperature of your knees until I just reminded you right now.
Mm-hmm.
You probably completely forgot that you even have a second toe to the last one on your left foot until I just reminded you now, right? So we know our unconscious mind knows it's there, but consciously we don't have to think about it. We just take it for granted. The toe's there, the temperature of our knees are there, it's everything. So we delete a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
And we pick and choose the information that is working for our belief at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So whatever I'm believing right now, so this is a perfect example. I got a good one for you, right? So Anthony and I are in Egypt, and we were having there are no boys, there's no dog on the bed. We got no one disturbing us, no knocks on the door. Could you imagine, this is our first 30 days together. We were having some fun, people. We were loving it, right? So in the morning, we make sweet love, then we go and eat a feast at a buffet breakfast. We were living like kings and queens. It was great. I think it was like the 4th day or something like that. I started to feel very nervous. I don't know why. I was probably missing home and probably not used to being so still because I'm like work a lot and stuff, and which I love. Work is not work to me. I really enjoy it. And it was just me calibrating my nervous system for the 4th day. And I always know when I'm not feeling good about myself, I start picking on other people. Right. And the first thing I do is I look at Anthony and I go, oh, he looks like he needs to lose weight. And this is the bitch in me, right? So now 8 o'clock in the morning, making sweet, sweet love to my sexy ass fucking man, who, by the way, came out of the toilet naked. I was like, I'm going to tap that, right? I'm like, fuck, he's hot. That's 8 o'clock in the morning. 4 p.m. I'm looking at going, ew, he's so fat. He's not fat, by the way.
He's not. And
I'm like, oh, God. Oh, he really needs to do something about himself. What changed in Anthony from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.? Nothing. Not a fucking thing. It was me. It was my perception of my reality. It was my belief. I was just being a bitch, right? That's what I was. Emma was being a fucking mole. And it came out. So I was distorting the fact that I'm in this beautiful, opulent place. I'm distorting the fact, deleted the fact that I'm in love with this guy and this guy's hot. Deleted the fact that I've got everything. Just delete. I was in a pity party. And can I tell you why? Because I ate a whole basket of bread and my stuff. Yeah. And I can't eat bread, right? I can't eat wheat and I can't have gluten. And I ate a whole basket of it.
A lot of that in the Middle East. Like the diet's not that great in the Middle East if you're used to having very clean, lots of veggies.
Well, actually, Cal, do you know what? It was actually easier than I thought, but I chose to eat this basket, and I'm talking basket as in there were 8 bread rolls, hot bread rolls, and I ate all 8.
Oh, delicious. I would have.
With butter, with real butter. And I'm a vegan, right? Real butter. I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing it, right? And Nancy's looking at me going, babe, you know you're not going to feel good. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm doing it. I'm going in. I'm going in, right? I've actually got a photo of this basket of bread. I haven't showed you. Anyway, so because I didn't feel good about myself, my stomach bloated, and right, get this, eating that basket of bread, this is how much inflammation it puts in my body. In the morning, I was 58 kilos. I ate the basket of bread, 63.
Wow, that's a lot. That's 5 kilos of fluid.
5 kilos of fluid.
And tiny. Yeah, Em is tiny, just to give you an understanding of like what that disparity would do to her body in terms of inflammation.
Yeah. So my face blows up, my ankles, my gut, my arms, my everything blows up, like everything expands, and my body just holds.
You puff a fish.
Yes, I puff a fish. Right? I can't pee, I can't shit, I can't fucking breathe properly. It's just not good for my body. And I eat super clean, right? Yeah. So my body's real like, what do we do with this? So because I felt so crap about myself, Anthony copped it. So I'm looking at Anthony in disgust. So I deleted all this amazing stuff about what was going on to promote my pity party about me because I had eaten all this bread, which is a chemical imbalance in my body. It's an imbalance in my body.
And a nervous system activation. It's
everything, right? So it's horrible. So when I've got a structure of my reality, so my structure of my reality at 8 a.m. in the morning was life is amazing. I feel sexy. Look at my sexy man. Let's tap that. Let's make love. It was beautiful. 4 p.m. I feel disgusting about myself. I feel gross. I don't know what to do myself. Anthony wanted to go to the pool. There's no way I was going in bathers in front of people. There's no freaking way. So I'm sitting there like, no, I'll just sit here, and I get very agitated. It's like,
Oh, you would. Your whole body's on fire.
yeah, it's like I've had too much coffee and I don't know how to regulate my thoughts. It's like a whole chemical freaking fuck up, mind fuck. And so I went from 8 o'clock in the morning to feeling like a queen to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, just feeling disgusting and gross, which, mind you, I used to feel like that full time.
It's insane.
I used to feel like that every day. And then I was like, hang on a second. What am I distorting about Anthony right now to prove my pity party right? What am I distorting about Anthony? And then I can check myself. What am I distorting about this right now that's making me and my pity party or my limiting or negative belief systems right? So I did it yesterday. I used to have massive social anxiety. We've talked about it. Kel and I have talked about it on our podcast. Our social anxiety, and I don't have it anymore. But organizing Jack's party for about 3 hours yesterday, I really started getting anxiety about it. I had to check myself and go, what am I distorting right now to make the anxiety right? Because I started going through scenarios. What's my sister-in-law going to say? Are they going to like it? Will I have enough? Oh my God, will this pay? Well, I'm creating something. So this is where I ask you, and this is where I've been asking my clients, and I say this to myself. If you're in a relationship, and any relationship, it can be with a son, a lover, a mother, a father, a best friend, anyone, with yourself, what needs to change within you? Like, what do you have to change within you that there's no problem anymore? No one else has to change. What has to change within you? So when I looked at Anthony in that 4 p.m., you remember, and I'm like, oh my God, he's so fat. He needs to lose weight. Oh my God. I went, Emma, what do you need to change? I'm like, me. I have to change my perception of me. I have to know that, look, I might be 5 kilos in weight right now. And I know it's going to go in about 2-3 days. And it did. I just have to eat cleaner and know, like, you know what? Don't make it bad. Just make it a lesson. I'm not doing it every day. I haven't eaten bread, I probably think, in what, 6 or 7 years.
You probably won't again after that
Probably
either.
never fucking do it again. Ever do it again, right? I'm like, okay, it's a lesson. Don't shit on Anthony because of your fucked upness. And we do it. We all do it. It's like when we know that we're not feeling great, or we're in a pity party, or we're having a bitch session, we want other people to join us to make us right.
Yeah, so we'll always try to prove ourselves right. It's really interesting. Like, I've been receiving what you're sharing here, like the power of it. And there's a piece in it that I really want to shine light on, because if we can slow time down enough to catch this piece, then we get to really powerfully change and create our realities. And the piece is knowing what our first tell is of activation, or the first feeling of unsafety in our body, because this is what it is. You started to feel unsafe within your body and started to feel that things weren't right because you got the chemical imbalance. And sometimes it's not like we can create this, like, and I love that we're talking about this chemical imbalance through food, because when we're looking at creating emotional stability and regulation within our bodies, there is, how are we receiving our physical environment, and what are we making that mean, and how are we putting it through those filters, like what Em was talking about before. If you want to go a little deeper on it and learn more about how you filter reality, she's talking about the NLP communication model, which will literally show you how you take information, filter it through your systems, create emotional feelings about it, create your internal representation of what you think is going on, and then go out and project your behavior onto whatever that environment is. It's fascinating. I love it. Like, we're both NLP trained. We love that. But the part that I want to look at here is there's 2 things going on. There's the chemical stimulus, what you're putting in your body that's creating the chemical environment of what's going on. And number 2, also how you're processing that information. And what I love is that you know that clearly the moment that you start nitpicking or you get a bit judgy, that there is a level of nervous system activation there, whether it be because of an external event or because of something you put in your body, and you know that's the first sign of, I'm not in my divine self right now.
That's exactly right. I'm not. I love that you said that, Kel. I'm not in my divine self. And the minute you just start tweaking out, you can go on a really big roller coaster down. It's very, very quick because it's all patterning. Very easy to go back to an old pattern.
So easy. And that question that you had that you pulled back, like you called it being your bitch self, but I want to like bring a little, and I know that you were just playing, but I want to bring a bit of compassion back to that, to actually invite our listeners to explore that part, because we've all got like, that's one of your defense mechanisms.
Yeah.
Defense mechanism had been activated to protect the level of discomfort that you were feeling within your body. So rather than having the vulnerability of having to sit with the, oh, okay, well, I've just put some poison in my body and I'm feeling shitty and that's making everything else shitty, the protectors come out and gone, okay, well, you know, there's a threat going on. I'm going to go find it everywhere outside of me too and project that. And this is where our power, like this is our power in the moment, when we can notice what the tell is and then take corrective action. So there wasn't really much you could do for 2 to 3 days because it was going to take time for your body to process the chemical imbalance and the poison that had just come into it. But what you could do, and I dare say it probably would have taken a fair bit of emotional energy as your body went through the detoxification process, but to be really mindful of what thought pathways you were choosing.
That's exactly.
And that's like, this is the power of self-responsibility. Now, this isn't the easy pathway, because every part of you is going to be screaming something opposite, particularly if you put poison in your body and then you're going through detox, because every part of you is going to want to go the other direction. But this is the power of self-responsibility. And it's like going to the gym and exercising the muscle and doing the work, like lift the weights till the body changes, lift the mental muscle of choosing the thoughts and the realities that you know to be true and supportive of what you want to create. And it's so much easier when you can identify what it was, like what that first tell was of the nervous system activation, which was, oh, bitch Emma's coming out, or whatever you call that aspect of yourself.
Yeah, bitch Emma. Yeah, she's a bitch. It's that entitled private Catholic girl school comes out.
Right. So we've all got this. I've noticed for me, the thing that in my healing journey over the last 2 years, there's been 2 people that I've let very intimately and very deeply into my life. One is you, Em, and the other one is my friend Laura. And you've been new people that have come into my world, and I've been with all of my new awareness of what is healthy relating and what is red flags, and like taking things slowly, because I've always been the kind of person, oh, there's a connection, yes, I want to spend all my time with you, and it's just like full focused. Whereas that used to be a little bit codependent and creating all of those pathways, but now I've got like these kind of like benchmarks to actually see whether somebody is trustworthy, whether somebody is reliable, whether somebody is consistent, whether somebody is actually present there for me, and whether like I'm putting hooks into the person or vice versa. And what I've learned along this pathway is that every time my relationship with either you or Laura has gone to the next level, I always know it's happening because I go through this period of second guessing myself and being like did I say the like over analyzing things and getting nervous, like was I too vulnerable, did I express too much, was I too loving, are they mad at me? And I know for me that's a telltale sign. The moment I start to get in my head about something that I normally wouldn't even think twice about, is I'm typically opening my heart to the next layer and letting somebody come in closer. And that has been this really like dance, like noticing when that happens. And every time that happens, I come back into grounding and centering in my body. And sometimes it's actually about asking for reassurance from the other person to ground into the reality. And sometimes it's about me doing layers of the next level of work. I can feel it now, even my body's sweating talking about it. But I know this is one of my tells when I start doing this. So this is where we get to be really powerful in self-mastery and knowing what our tells are, because when we can be on top of this is when we create the reality, not the defense mechanisms, or not the nervous system, or not the past trauma patterns.
I love this, Kel, so much. And you know what? I mean, you and I are business mentors as well as what we do. I mean, we mentor so many people, and I feel one of the biggest things when people are healers or natural therapists, they will go gung-ho in their business, and then they won't feel good about something, and they'll blame their business and go, this business is not for me, or I'm not supposed to do it, or universe is telling me I'm not supposed to do it. And it's not true. It's 100% not true. It is literally just your structure of reality. You're feeling shit. Someone said no, or it's not flowing the way it's supposed to. And you just, people distort that information that I'm not supposed to be doing this. All it is, there might be just it just might be another step to your greatness. It's like, who was the guy, Edison or something, who created the light bulb?
Thomas Edison, I think.
Thomas Edison?
No, Isaac Newton.
I can't, hang on, I'll tell you. My was Edison. So my mom, she sent me this thing the other day, and it was brilliant. I can't find it very quickly, but and it was about 100,000 times he tried to create it, and he didn't do it. And they said, oh, you failed at this 100,000 times. He goes, no, I didn't fail 100,000 times. There was 100,000 steps towards it. And I love that. I just love that. Just keep stepping towards it.
You just have to it's Thomas Edison. You're right.
Thomas Edison, yeah. And it was just, it's 100,000 steps towards it. We all fuck up, every one of us. And that's okay, because it's just another step towards your greatness. But going back to self-regulating your thoughts, always come back to yourself. The minute we start going, that person needs to do this, that person needs to do that, check in with yourself first. What are my beliefs around this situation right now? Because if you go into situations like, I had some really hard times with a really beautiful friend of mine, but I got to tell you, my pre-frame around seeing my friend were pretty shit. Like, we would meet up and already I'm sitting there going, oh, it's going to be a terrible situation. She's going to annoy me. She's going to be this. She's going to be negative. Well, then she will be, because I'm going to pull apart everything she says to prove me right.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull it apart. She could be the most perfect person in the world, but I'm not going to see it, because I'm going to distort the information, delete information to make me right. So this is where I sit here and I go, when you're in your divine self, you can just be.
Yeah, 100%. And the other thing too that I find really helpful, like when I was talking, how I have these like just illogical thoughts coming up out of nowhere for no grounded evidence. I always know that it's that part of like the protector part of me trying to like protect me from getting my heart broken or being too vulnerable or whatever it's trying to protect me from. That it's not, the thoughts aren't grounded. So if I was to sit with a piece of paper and go, where is your evidence of this? And there's literally just nothing there. And then I go, okay, so show me all the evidence of love, consistency, care, presence, time, and the list like has been huge. So that's when I was like, okay, we're good. But if you've experienced a lot of unhealthy, and then you start to create healthy, and you create healthy closeness and healthy intimacy, whether it be on a personal level, professional level, at like intimate sexual level, you're going to go through these gates, and you need to be aware of what's coming up as you pass each gate of closeness, so you can support yourself with it. Like, I know this is one of my tells, and that's a really great little exercise I like to do, and go, okay, well, where is your evidence that this person could potentially be upset with you, or be moving away from you, or whatever it could be that I'm making up in my head about, where there's just no grounded evidence. There's just none at all. And then like, where have they shown up? Where have they been consistent? Where is their love? And the list is so long. The moment that I ground into that, it's like, okay, this is just you adjusting to having a new person this close to you. And each time that happens, then it's like, oh, okay, we're cool. And then my capacity to be close, to receive intimacy, to receive love expands. But it takes work. So what do you tell us,
It
people?
really does. It really, and do you know what? Can I just say, when Kel and I say it takes work, I wish we had a better word, because people have a negative connotation around the word work. When we say work, it's like when I say, I work on myself, or Anthony and I work on our relation. It's not hard. It's enjoyable. I mean, it can be awkward, but it's enlightening. It's beautiful. It's a really great space to be. What's a better word than work, Kel?
Practice.
Okay.
Commitment.
This is why she's the wordsmith. I'm not. All right. This is why there's two of us, peeps. This is why there's two of us. Yeah, we practice just being in our divine selves, because we are all divine. We just, what part of you are trying to convince that you're a fucking idiot? Because you're not.
Mm.
You know, we try so hard to convince ourselves of this lie that we're not enough, or we can't have, or we're not abundant. That's another thing. You know, when I was away, everything is ours.
Mm.
Everything is ours. Like, I went to the other side of the world and I picked up a freaking rock that was made there for me to pick up, because I had an interaction with Moses. This rock was made for me, but I had to go the other side of the world to pick it up. It's mine.
Mm.
It's all mine. Everything is ours. You think if anyone's got a crystal, do you know what that crystal had to go through for you to own it?
That's incredible. It's come out of a volcano. Like it's been under so much heat and pressure, and
God knows where, how long it's been there, and it's yours. Everything is ours. And we've got to start believing this. It's an abundant world.
yeah, it's like that oneness conversation. Like when you think about it, I was literally having this chat with my friend Laura yesterday about Mother Nature and how like marvelously clever and sort of like sneaky she is, that like when we think of this process that we're all one and we're all connected, we all come from Mother Nature, we all return to Mother Nature. There is no part of us or anything that we are experiencing in this physical environment that is not part of Gaia. Like we literally, like we're this continuous like death rebirth experiencing of ourselves. And even when you look at like the way the body like regenerates itself, I think within the space of 2 years your cells regenerate themselves so much that you've got a completely new body every 2 years, including your bones. And when we breathe, when we expire, like breathe out, we're like releasing obviously carbon dioxide, but skin, water, like that we're releasing these.
And fat. Did you know that?
That's part of it. Like when you look at the chemical reaction,
Yeah.
it's into water and carbon dioxide or something. Anyway, but like right now, you could be breathing in the lung cells of somebody from China, because it's all like it's swept in the like the winds and stuff and gets blown all over the place. We're just constantly recycling each other. We're so connected, yet the way that we live has had us become so disconnected from that. And when we start to bring presence back to these things, and it's a journey, it's a practice, it's a continued practice, because it is so easy to get lost in this world of instant gratification and like the expectation when you need everything fast. What is that called? Come on, Em, help me out. Oh my god, I can't think of it.
Gratification, expectation.
Instant gratification, but it's this like hurried rush culture, like this. I need it now. It has to be now. Instant, like this instantaneous.
Oh, what do you call it? I know what you call it. What's that thing that you put the food in and you click it on and it goes fast?
Microwave. Oh, the lazy
microwave culture. It's good microwave culture. Yeah, it's instant.
Yeah, the instantaneous culture that we've created, and like technology is great in the fact that it brings us like so much so quickly. However, when you look at nature, that's much more organic in its expression of itself. So these are all like the little mindfulness things that when we bring this into our day and into our practice, has us reconnect and find our flow, like our flow within the space of the universe that we live in, and how we are here to express ourselves and how we are here to fulfill our missions and purpose. And how we get to choose our realities. And it's a practice. Otherwise, you end up in patterns and programs and defense mechanisms, as we mentioned earlier.
And right? So true. So true. Unbelievable. My loves, thank you so much for listening to our amazing podcast. Kelly, is there anything else you wanted to touch on for this one?
Well, I think there's lots of gold in this one in terms of bringing back some mindfulness practices, starting to recognize your tells, like what happens within your body, what happens within your emotional systems, what happens within your thought programs when those defense mechanisms start to come into play, and how does that start to project on your reality, because that is your now moment of precision in your creation of what happens next. And if you can catch it there, you stay the powerful creator of your reality. That's where the power is. If it goes beyond there, then it's not you creating anymore.
So I want to say, just to top off on what you're saying, Cal, I want you guys to remember this. You're fucking amazing. Distort, generalize, and delete information to prove that right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Prove that you are fucking amazing, because you already are. So when you sit, and it's true, it's like when I feel good about myself, I can look in the mirror and go, yeah, baby, you look fine. When I don't feel good about myself, all I'm seeing are the bits that I don't like. Now, my body hasn't changed, but my thoughts and perception of my body has changed, you know, from 1 minute to the next. So it's all in our head. It's all in our head. So I invite you all to start thinking and feeling and believing that you are just divinely perfect.
Yeah, Mother Nature does not make mistakes.
That's right. Except for the platypus. I mean, that thing's fucked up. I don't know what's going on with that.
I love the platypus. It's okay.
I don't know what's going on with that. All right. We love you guys. Please check us out on the Facebook group, Inspired Conversations. We are on Spotify. We're on YouTube. You can watch the videos. We're also on, I don't know, what else are we on? iTunes. We're on iTunes. Please share. We're not paid to do this. We do this out of the love. We want to share. We want to elevate you. Please share and comment. Give us some love hearts. We love you guys. And we've got a big 2023 for you guys. Ooh, delicious. We love you guys. Mwah.